Hey, what's going on? Happy Wednesday evening to everyone out there. This is your girl Kwamia. For those who can't pronounce or don't know how to pronounce my name, you can either call me Q, Queen, or either Kwa. Thank you very much for tuning in to Pillow Talk with the T. And we're live tonight with a great, amazing topic. We're also amazing collaboration guests from Let Me Fix My Crown podcast. We're talking about basically your mindsets prior, during, and after a relationship. So in regards to that, we're going to speak on this topic. We're going to dive deep into this topic, and we're going to end up just hitting key elements on your mindset and where it should be, or where it possibly could have, or could it actually go on where it could go in a mindset of either during, prior, or either after. So so I'm just waiting till my guests come on here, and I hope everyone having an amazing night. Hey, what's going on? I hope everyone is having an amazing night. So I'm just waiting for her to come through. Hopefully she's coming through soon. But other than that, how everybody doing? And I just hope everybody tune in. Put your comments, your questions, your concerns, and just chit chat with us. So I believe that she's here. Yes. I love my shirt.
Hello. Hey,
Can you hear
honey.
me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, well, I don't know why I'm sounding so low. Hold up, maybe I need to turn up my volume. That's what it is. There we go.
You can hear me good?
I can hear you loud and clear now.
Great. Hey, boo. How you doing?
I'm doing good, doing amazing. How you?
I'm good. I'm here.
Yes, I'm so excited for tonight. I'm so glad that you could actually come over to my side of the tracks.
I'm excited. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to the wild side.
Yeah.
I'm going to the wild side, but I'm with it. Let's get it.
Yes, let's absolutely go. Let's go. So basically the topic is the game. And when I say the game, meaning basically your mindset, basically what it should be in a state of mind. Where it should be either prior, basically prior, during, and after basically the relationship. So we could end up basically go before a whole prior. So we could talk about where the mindset should be prior to the relationship. So basically, when you hear this topic of prior, like where do you feel like, or what advice can we give men and women? Because I don't want to be biased or feel like we just talking to the, they were like, so what about us? So when you hear that, where do you feel like a person's mindset should actually be prior of a relationship?
So, hi everyone. If you don't know who I am, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Regina, and I am the host of the Let Me Fix My Crown podcast. I'm also a mindset and empowerment coach. So, I am the founder of Queen's Mentality Empowerment Coaching for Black women. And I always get why Black women, and I'll tell you why really quickly. So, Kwame is used to this. Who needs more encouragement throughout their lives than a Black woman or a woman of color living in America? Now, if you don't know the answer to that, then let that sizzle in your spirit. Now, as far as our mindsets before or prior to a relationship, I would have to say that you are in a position or a healed space. So when I think of mindset, I think of our thoughts, I think of our patterns, I think of our behaviors, I think of these things that are going to contribute to the relationship. So I like to tell people, and you've heard me say this more than a few times, but before you enter a relationship as a female and as a male, make sure you are doing the work that you need to do to come into that relationship healed, whole, together. Have your shit together. A lot of people go into these relationships expecting someone to heal them. No, hunty, no honey, no cane, none of that. You got to go in at least have done some of that work. You understand what I'm saying? Do the work. And I tell women all the time that work with me, who have these relationship goals, date yourself, get to know yourself, and love on yourself. You understand what I'm saying? You have to know what you want in life. You can't just go run up on dude and expect him to hand you everything over. That's not how it go.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And before I even dive into it, I do want to apologize because I
Oh.
damn sure didn't even say make sure you yourself. Girl, it's a long day, so you gotta excuse me.
Q, you know I know a long day. You should have seen me getting myself together. I'm like, oh man, I gotta go.
So, but just to basically piggyback, basically what you said,
Mm-hmm.
that I always stress. I think a lot of us women stress that to other women. And just not just because it sounds good, but because also I feel like women who do stress it, women who do stand in it and actually get the women to say, hey sis, like listen, I think, or even just the men, I think because we've been through it. We've been through it, we
Mm-hmm.
experienced it, we know that it doesn't feel good if you're not healed or you're not together. You're only just putting baggage on top of baggage, bullshit on top of bullshit, and you thinking that by doing that and you getting something good or thinking that you're gonna receive something good, you thinking that's gonna drown away the misery of how you really truly feel or what you're going through in your mind or even in your life, when that's definitely not absolutely like that's false. That's not even true. Um,
Facts.
I hated this old saying. I gotta bring it up because I think we all heard this in the Black and Brown community. To get over one is to get under another.
Another.
And I
Mm-hmm.
like, excuse me. I'm like, that's not even true because and not also what would also resonate that in my mind too is I was watching this movie on a show series on BET Plus called All the Queens Men, which you gotta watch, y'all. So shout out to Eva Marcel playing the shit out that role. And when I seen that, one of her girlfriends, not the even Marcel character, but another lady in the show, she gave her girlfriend a divorce party.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she hired the strippers to come to the divorce party, and she was like, "Listen, drink up, smoke up. Listen, I'm about to make sure you forget this low life such and such."
Mm-hmm.
But for you to really get him out your system, listen, I'm about to really get you to get over him. So, she was like, the saying, to get over that one, you got to definitely get under another one. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what the hell? I'm saying myself, even if she do get some good dick, she's still
Yeah.
going to go home, still feeling the way she feels.
Yeah.
And she's still
Basically.
going through the divorce process. She's still sitting there asking the questions and going through because people don't realize that the levels of breakups and divorce comes in stages. Just like how
Mm-hmm. Grieving.
she's
Mm-hmm.
still going to go through the process, regardless, even if she just got dick down.
No, nah, Q, you absolutely right. Now, for these roles, and we've spoke about this before. These roles that these people play and these shows are depicted to show who we are as Black women, and it's not true. So, just to piggyback off you, no, I don't agree with that. To get over one, you have to get under another. I like to say, sit in some of that hurt for a little bit because it hurts. Learn to feel your feelings. You understand what I'm saying? During a relationship and after a relationship. So say, prior to a new relationship, you just got over a bad relationship or you just came out of one of those toxic ass relationships. Do yourself a favor. Feel your feelings, heal, and learn and reflect on what went wrong in that relationship currently. Like you have to reflect on that. And were you the problem? You understand what I'm saying? I
Exactly.
think a lot of women and ladies, don't kill me, all right? Don't kill me. Um, we like to place blame. You understand? Like if we not the problem. And
Mm,
sometimes we toxic as fuck.
yes.
Okay? We can be toxic as fuck and we don't take the time to heal, we don't take the time to reflect, and we don't resolve the wounds and the scars that we have, and then we jump right into another relationship, jump out that relationship, jump right into another relationship, jump out of that relationship, not fully healed, not fully knowing what you want, but thinking that, oh, it's codependency.
Yeah.
It's codependency. You need that extra person to make yourself feel whole. And if you are that person, you honestly have to do some soul searching, sweetie. You got to fix those cracks and
Yep.
kings, because there's a lot of you broken kings out there too. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Um, and even though I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, that's easier said than done," and
Mm-hmm.
I definitely know that it's easy than said to come out like vomit out our mouth to say to
Mm-hmm.
be in the process to be done. But the thing is, I always tell people that you want to see the reward, receive the reward, and see the reward at the end. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that's great is going to be easy. And you want
Mm-hmm.
to do the work.
Yeah.
You have to do the work and trust in the process. And not only that, because we so much in this community with the new world age of fast, quick pace, it's not going to be microwavable. You know, it's not going to be a commercial. You come back in 5 minutes from the commercial break and you're going to be helped. It's not going to be that. It's going to be the fact of you just have to put in the work, trust in the process, willing to do the work, and willing to be able to connect with someone you can connect to be able to trust the process. That's another thing is a lot of people don't realize that they can't interview counselors, therapists, and stuff like that to make sure you connect on a person that you are connected with along with.
Mm-hmm.
And please don't think that you could do this by yourself because we wasn't created to do shit by ourselves. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. As humans, we were made to be in groups. We were made to be together, and so a lot of people, just to segue off of that, a lot of people who isolate themselves and feel like fall into deep depressions is because they isolate themselves and they pull themselves away from socialization, and that creates that deep depression. We as human need other people. We need that socialization. We need that extra attention. We need people.
Yeah.
People need people. You understand what I'm saying? And not it has nothing to do with the codependency part. That's a whole nother situation. But as human beings, we need other human beings. We need friends. We need love. We need affirmations and to be affirmed in life. Now, just to jump back in, you made a statement about immediate gratification, like that quick gratification. We live in a new world, whereas and we always need the immediate gratification all the time, all the time, all the time. That's just where we live right now, and we're also in a world where there's this high value woman and man scale that's going on in the world, whereas you're weighing your worth and you're weighing your self-esteem and your confidence on this scale based off of what people in social media is telling you what to do, or how worthy are you, or how valid are you in your life, and things like that. It's flipping nonsense. That's one.
Yeah.
um and two, again, these unrealistic goals. So I was going to get to this when we talk about during relationships, but
Mhm.
we're probably going to segue into that now.
Yeah.
I just want to say that during a relationship, do yourself a favor and don't have unrealistic goals. One thing that I will say in my relationship and my mindset that I've jumped into, I came out of a relationship for many years and it was toxic as fuck. But I had went into this wild girl stage and I just was out there,
Yeah.
doing me. And when I met this person, I don't think that I was fully healed, but I knew what I didn't want no more. That was one thing. I knew what I wasn't going to accept. That was one thing that I knew. So my mindset was, oh, I ain't going to accept this, this, and this, and this. My second stage in that mindset was, well, I'm also not going to do this, this, and this in a relationship. So my thing was going into another relationship was to let the person know what my expectations was, to
Mhm.
make sure that my expectations were not unrealistic. All right. So as men and women, make sure that you have realistic expectations of your spouse, of your partner, of whoever. I don't know, people out here have, different stuff going on. And make that stuff known. I know a lot of women going to have these lists. I had a friend that had a whole list of things as she what she wanted in a man. And my question as a real friend, because that's who I am, was, well, female. I didn't say female. I said the B word, but I was like, well, you ain't got half of this. So
Yeah.
why, don't expect something from someone that you don't already have. You want to
Mm-hmm.
build with that person and make sure that you building yourself up to that stature or that level that you want him to be at. You're building yourself to that level. You
Exactly.
have to be preparing yourself for greatness. If you want to stay stagnant, if you want somebody to take care of you, make sure that you can take care of yourself first and foremost.
That's so true. Absolutely.
Make sure of that.
And then I was also having this conversation with a good friend of mine, where a lot of women and men, because this person even said they either used to go into a relationships or go into it with so many expectations, and that's a lack of that. That's a lot that I feel like a lot of people do nowadays, and that's how you end up getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You already basically married the person, had a baby, bought a house, got all the stuff, and you only on your fifth date. So it's like, damn. So you already have everything for see past the fifth date, where you just literally sitting at the table at the fifth date, but you got all this longevity of this what you're thinking of. And it's like, say if it doesn't work, then now you're crushed, now you're hurt, now you're upset. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, what happened to the old-fashioned way of just enjoying the moment of just dating someone? Especially if you vibing with them, if you
Mm-hmm.
connecting with them, you on a good, what I'm saying, connection, that vibration, energy. Just enjoy. If it goes there, cool. But you don't try to like already have the expectations and already have it like, damn, it is gonna be my husband. Because you know how some of us women,
Yeah.
we come back home talking to our friends like, girl, we gonna be dating, that's my husband. And I feel like we get hurt in that. But also I would piggyback off what you said too, because this is something I definitely used to say to a lot of ladies, is the fact is that you want to attract who you are and what you are.
Mm-hmm.
So just like you said, making sure you have those same key values, goals, and morals and everything that's within you. You know what I'm saying? You got your shit together, because you can't find somebody that got their shit together and you ain't got your shit together thinking that's gonna work.
Granted, yeah. I mean, I think that one of the polls that I put out, besides the one about the high value men and women, was about the emotional and financial stability, which is more important when dating. And I think that topic is very important for what we're speaking about right now. So the results that I received were very alarming, because the majority of the men preferred emotional stability versus financial stability. So they felt like if they was dating someone, they wanted someone to be emotionally stable versus them being financially stable. And then and vice versa, women had a higher rate of financial stability versus emotional stability. So they wanted their partner to be financially stable versus emotionally stable. And I can speak to this, that a lot of women who come from broken homes and broken families and still have wounded inner child are looking for someone to, like I said, fix them and heal them, but to also take care of them, because they never had someone take care of them before. And so a lot of times we're out here searching for someone that's going to take away those negative thoughts, those limited beliefs that we have. Oh, nobody loves me. And so if he has a lot of money, he's going to take care of me. That means he loves me. No, that doesn't. That means he can still treat you like shit, because he's giving you everything that he got.
Exactly. And
Um, mhm.
all you're doing is putting in a different mindset that now is like he feel like he owns you, because he's giving you everything that you want and need.
Exactly. And so, your mindset, your mindset, so your thought process. So I like to tell people about their mindset. So your thoughts become your words become your your behaviors, your behaviors become your patterns.
Hmm.
Your actions and your patterns, and it's repeat. Your thoughts become your words become your behaviors become your patterns. And if your thought is that, oh, I'm going to go on this date and he's going to be my husband, and then you're going to start saying that stuff, you're going to start manifesting that stuff. But you have to be careful the things that you are manifesting into existence, because you're not praying or you're not speaking into existence someone who is whole, someone who is healed, someone who is going to have my back if I slip and if I fall. Because the same way you get him is the same way you lose him. If you're going after him and he goes broke, guess what? You go broke. Y'all have to both be in good places. I don't want someone that's earning six figures, but I don't want no one that is flipping burgers either.
Yeah.
Match my fly. I tell people all the time, match my fly. I'm not going to go into a relationship knowing that I'm going to end up putting more into it than that person, because I've been down that road and I've learned from the mistakes, like I said previously. And I would like to think that women who come out of these relationships, these toxic ass relationships, brokenhearted, have learned some type of lessons. And I think that they don't pick up on those lessons, those red flags. I think that is important for you before you go into a new relationship. Your mindset should be dating yourself, getting to know yourself, and loving on yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Understanding who you are as a person, learning who you are as a person, and then write down those things that you didn't like in that relationship. A lot of people lack the intelligence or the skill of writing and how therapeutic is. Right? Make them lists. Make the list of what went wrong in that relationship. Make the list of what you did wrong in that relationship. If it was two relationships back to back, make sure you're making these lists and you compare and contrast. Because if you were the common denominator, then girl, you need to sit down for take several seats, please and thank you, and get yourself together. And this goes for men too. I talk to a lot of men at work. I have one male client right now. His issue is not about relationships, but we did dig into his childhood. And one of the things that he said was, my father didn't pay no bills. And so he was dating women that was going to pick up the slack. And I was like, so you feel like you're not supposed to pay anything? And he was like, well, my dad didn't pay it. And see, these are the mindsets that some people have. So you have to be conscious of who you're dealing with. Do not pray for or speak into existence broken people, because they may look good on the outside, but all inside they broken. I'm telling you.
That is so true. Oh my God. Say the whole word.
I went in, huh?
Yes, I love it though. Listen. But that's what our community need. I'm sorry, because I'm tired of this passive aggressive conversation or of us pretending like shit ain't wrong. You know what I'm saying? We need that tap on the shoulder. And sometimes some people need that hard punch. And like, I received it growing up, and I'm still alive, and I'm here. I turned out very motherfucking well. So what's going on? You ain't gonna die, you know. So I definitely appreciate that. And like you even just said, and then let me just go back to what I just said also a little bit earlier, is the fact is when I sit there and say have your shit together, honestly, I'm saying have your shit together, meaning your mental stability. Because just like even my queen sister said, you could, you know what I'm saying, you don't want nobody that's sitting there just making millions of dollars, but you also don't want nobody and have a fucked up mindset, but also not flipping burgers. So at the same time, I want somebody to have a stable mental, but also be able to have goals and willing and looking to achieve and accomplish those goals and have motivation and drive.
Exactly.
What it is they need to do. So that's exactly what I say, have your shit together, because, and I say this personally because I've been with someone who mental was not together, and that shit is scary because that weight falls on that person they are with. And that load, thinking that you could sit there and you could assist someone, you could fix them, or you could help them fix themselves, and I couldn't. It's a heavy load. That shit hurt. Not only hurt, it was heavy. And I couldn't do it anymore. You know, and I had and that was me I was way younger, and I'm like, listen, that made me realize, and now going to our third segment of the mindset of after a relationship. That now let me know how you said lists are real. Write down the pros and cons, or either write what you end up basically would accept, what you won't accept, what you could compromise on, and as in regards to what did I realize I cannot do. What did I know that I'm not going to budge on? Stuff like that. Because if you do realize you have your standards, you have core ingredients of what it is that you know in your mind, in your body and soul, what you should be attracting. But also, as just like my queen sister said, is the same thing, is you have to have your inner peace, your inner self, your mental stability, your shit together too.
Yeah.
Because sitting there doing all the pros, cons, the list, and what I did, what I didn't do, what I could have did, what I'm not going to accept. But then you still sitting there got all this messed up. So I definitely say in regards to that, what I don't like, and I'm going to say it, I don't like when people, and majority is this with women, you could hit me in the annoy you. I'm going to annoy you because you know I'm right. I don't like when we blame the men. We put everything. He did this. He did that. He did this. What he could have did. Like, you heard my son? You like, it's okay that we gonna go through those, like I say, emotions, grief, hurt, pain comes in different stages. We gonna do the blame game. But I can't stand when women stay in the blame game, the part of that stage for too long. And then it's like now all of a sudden, oh, he got a small dick. Oh, now all of a sudden he was a oh, now all of a sudden he was a no good broke ass nigga. But you was with him this whole time.
Word, so, son. Word, son. Son in the background. We hear you, son.
That's my hype right now.
For females in the back.
Nah, no, real talk though, I'm gonna say this. And so you know how I spoke about prior to relationships, you know, making sure that you're coming to the relationship, you know, healed or semi-healed and understanding exactly what you want during the relationship. Make sure that you're not coming into the relationship with unrealistic expectations. Now, should this relationship fail, right? And like I said, you utilize your list, figure out where you went wrong, figure out where that person went wrong. Because it can't be, oh, it's just that he cheated. Were there red flags that you were ignoring for how many months, years, or whatever? Did he cheat before and you forgave him? You understand what I'm saying? Not only that, one of the things that I like about my partner right now is that we have come to a level of understanding whereas our communication is fucking clutch, is key. You understand what I'm saying? So when I'm very, I don't want to say I'm passive aggressive. I'm a Capricorn. So we internalize a lot of things. We're very, how do you say it? We empathic. So we feel a lot of what other people, so I can feel you ignoring me. I can feel you being harsh with me. I feel that. I take that stuff in and I sometimes internalize that. My way of dealing with that, with those feelings that I'm getting from you, that's bouncing off of you, that's hitting me like a ton of fucking bricks, is for me to tell you, this is the way you're making me feel right now and it's very uncomfortable. We need to talk about this. I am very comfortable at this time with saying to my man, listen, I feel X, Y, and Z. And he'll tell me too. No problem. This is how we're going to survive. Listen, I didn't like when you did this. Just the other day we were out. And sometimes you got to let a man be a man. But sometimes he's a little extra. I'm just going to say that. He could be a little extra. And he was talking to another, like the hostess. And I was like, yo, babe, chill, whatever. When the hostess left, he explained to me, I don't want you to intercept me when I'm talking to another man about something I feel like that man is doing wrong. We're out. This is where I'm spending my money at. and I feel like what he was doing was unacceptable. And if I'm paying for a service, I want that service.
Mm.
Right? Not
Okay.
scolding me, but letting me know
Yes.
I'm a man, let me be a man. Do
Yes.
not intercept that. And I received that very well. Some women have a problem with submission, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing. Before, during, and after these relationships, you need to realize where you at with your level of submission. Are you able to submit? And let me be clear. Submission does not mean because I think a lot of women get caught up with what submission means, what it doesn't mean. I was raised in a church, so I'm very comfortable with what submission is in the Bible, but I'm also in the new world. And so I'm going to say submission for me is allowing my partner to do the things that they need to do, and for me to fall back and just be the woman when I need to be a woman. I don't need to be rah, rah, rah. I don't have to play tough, tough, tough all the time. When my man is there, I'm good. I don't have to speak. I don't have to do nothing because he's there. He's
Amen.
going to take care of that. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that a lot of women go into their relationships not understanding what submission is, and that fucks them up in that relationship. That really does. Is you need to learn how to be submissive and what submission really means, right? Number two, a lot of women do not know how to be vulnerable. I will
Nope.
say that again. A lot of women do not know how to be vulnerable. Now, I'm gonna I gotta give my examples. But men, some men don't deserve your submission. They're not ready for that yet. They're
Yeah.
not ready for you to be submitted to them because they're not a man that can lead. You submit to a man who's gonna lead, provide, and protect.
Amen.
Okay? And that is the man who is going to end up being your husband. You understand what I'm saying? As well, men, you are not going to lead, provide, and protect a woman who has not submitted to you. You understand what I'm saying? There's levels to this shit. You understand what I'm saying? There's levels to this shit. And so if you're not vulnerable and you don't understand what vulnerability is, then you don't need to be in a relationship right now. Like I said, you take the time, get to know yourself, date yourself, and love and spend time with yourself. Get to know yourself, date yourself, and spend time with yourself. Get to know yourself, date yourself, and spend time with your goddamn self. Okay?
She had to say that shit 3 times.
Because I have to be repetitive sometimes because some people do not understand how important it is for you to know these things. When you go into these women out here with this high value man bullshit, when you ain't a high value woman, you don't even have a high value mentality. Let's talk about that. So if your mentality is shit and your mindset is shit, then why do you need a high value man? What are you actually bringing to the table for this man who makes six figures and is part of the 1%, the 10% of the American population?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to give to him?
Exactly.
I would like to know.
I do too, because the thing is they not looking for them to give to them because they feel like they're giving them everything they want. They're pretty with a nice body and they feel like that's all they really need. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it comes up to the fact of,
That's nice.
yeah, that's nice, but
That's nice that you're pretty and you got a nice body. That's nice. But guess what, honey? Your prettiness will fade as well as your ass and your titties will start to sag, honey. And yes, we can nip and tuck until we can't nip and tuck no more. But the reality of the situation is your beauty will not be there all the time.
exactly.
What else can you afford? What else are you going to bring to this table? I had a client about relationships. She wanted to have a healthy relationship. Guess what? She had a slew of daddy issues.
Wow.
A slew of daddy issues that she was carrying into her relationships. You know what I had to do? That was she paid me a lot of money, but she has a healthy relationship now. I can tell you that.
Now she due to the fact that she came to see you and you worked with her.
Exactly. And that shit ain't no joke.
Yeah,
You gotta be ready for that.
You had to help her reprogram herself.
Listen, your mindset is key. Your mindset will definitely determine your tomorrow. And if your mindset ain't together, best believe you're not going to be together. So I wish people would stop making I was out somewhere. They was like, yeah, I'm getting my nails. You can be glitz, glamours, pretty here and everything, nipped tucked to the gods. Nipped and tucked to the gods. But you're broken inside, darlings. You're broken inside. Men out in a club every day. I'll use who's the newest one? We're gonna use Nick Cannon. So I've been watching Nick Cannon. Now, first it was Fetty Wap, it was Future. Now it's Nick Cannon. These men, right? These men who are laying their seed all across the world because they have mommy issues that they have not fully addressed. They got some issues that they feel like they must plant their seed everywhere. I think Nick Cannon said that he wants to leave his legacy or some bullshit ass excuse about why he was leaving his seed all over across America, 2-3 baby mamas at one time pregnant. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to see an African American man at that level in his career say something so stupid. Because I can't even find another way to say it. It was stupid. It was clearly stupid.
It's not no other way. You gotta call a thing a thing, you know.
These men are broken.
Exactly, but see that's another thing. I understand we immediately forsake and go straight to the women, and we leave the men out because listen, men are as broken as the women are. But and how they could be missed. I understand how they could be dismissed. I understand that they could be not seen because point of I'm good, I'm okay, everything's all right, you know.
Yeah.
Everything gonna be all right, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just gonna keep pushing. That's how they. So when you give that energy, what do you for us to expect? And the reason why I can now call all that they be saying, I could call bullshit to that because I have a son. I am a boy mom. Where the fact is, I see when my son is trying to sell me bullshit. You know, I see the fact that he can say, I'm good, I'm it's good. Bullshit.
Talk about it.
Exactly. And that's what I tell him. I say, hey, I'm not going to press you, but when you're ready to talk about it, you know where I'm at. I'm here. Because before, when he was, you know, young teenager, I used to be all on his neck like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Yeah. But, however, I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, let me just, like he said, they need their space sometimes, and I understand. So in regards of that, I say, okay, I know, and then this how you say you could feel the energy of people when you know their feelings. As a mother, you could feel your child's energy. You could feel negative, if it's positive, if it's angry, if it's hurt, you could feel all that. Like it's. And so when he comes in with whatever energy, if it's a nasty, negative type of energy, and I feel something's wrong, I be like, hey, what's going on? What's wrong? And then I'm good. I want to talk about. I say, you ain't got to talk about it right now, but we're gonna talk about it. You know where I'm at. So that's why I can now call bullshit to the men that be saying, I'm good, I'm all right, everything's good. You know, I'm gonna keep pressing. I'm gonna keep this. You know, just another day. I ain't beat for that shit because. And when we don't give you the attention of asking you hey, mind check, mental check, is your mind good? Is your heart, how your heart feeling? If we don't, now it's like, oh, we don't matter. But stop in there giving us those lame ass passive aggressive excuses. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to someone to talk about it. It's okay to sit there and feel the pain. It's okay, even if you don't want to cry in front of people, it's okay to go home and cry and feel that shit, to let it out. Because the more you end up enduring it, the more pain, the more hurt, that's going to turn into anger, which now you become numb to that shit. Then you're emotionally clueless.
You know, you've said a lot, and being a mom of a Black male is extremely hard today. It's always been extremely hard. I'm not even going to say just today. It's always been extremely hard for an African American woman to be a mom of an African American young boy growing up in America. I'm not sure who has kids, who don't have kids, but it is hard. I have nephews that I am so close to. They are my babies. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I'm going outside with you. I'm ready to ride and die for mine. Like low key, like I'm hit them up when it comes to my kids. You understand what I'm saying? But
Exactly.
there's one thing that I've learned is that there's no growing up when we spoke about this in New York and Jersey, we teach them that they have to be hard, that they
Yeah.
have to be tough, that they got to be on point every single day of their life. But we don't teach our boys how to express their emotions.
Mm-hmm.
We don't teach them how to express their emotions effectively.
Yeah.
And young Black men or young Black boys grow up to be emotionally unavailable Black men.
Mm-hmm.
And they go into these relationships and they're shut off. And they
Yes.
don't know how to cut it on. And you want to know, I spoke with this about with one of my guests, Mr. Eric Reyes. Shout out to him. But he has said that he is a big Black man that just wants to give hugs. He wants to give people hugs. He wants to embrace them, right? Because that's what he wants to do. He wants to help heal other Black men, heal
Yes.
other men, and make them feel like they have a safe space. A
Exactly.
lot of men, a lot of Black men do not have safe spaces to vent, to
Yes.
talk about how they feel. Right now, I think it's about 11% of African American men who contemplate suicide every single day. And you know I'm big on mental health, so I'm going to put that out there.
Yep.
You have to create safe spaces for our men to be able to express themselves constructively and effectively. Let them vent. There's not enough spaces for these men to talk about how they feel. Fuck therapy sometimes. I want to get in a room with my niggas and say, yo, I feel like this, and I don't want to be judged. That's
Exactly.
how they feel. Why I gotta go to a therapist to talk about this? If I want to talk with my homies about something, let's just sit here and just talk about how rough our week was. Can we just sit here and talk about how our baby mamas is acting crazy for a minute? Can we
Yeah.
sit here and talk about child support? Can we sit here and talk about anything other than being strong every single day? You understand what I'm saying? Can we talk about that for a minute? We need to normalize that shit for our men. I always tell the men in my life, listen, speak about it. I'm here. Oh, hold on. Y'all speak about it. I'm going to step out. What y'all need? Some chicken? What y'all need? Some beer? I got y'all. Sit there and
Exactly.
talk about it. I'm a step off. And they have their little due time. And the girls and the girlfriends and stuff, and we'll just go in a room somewhere and we'll play cards and do our nails. We'll do some craziness in the room. But the thing is, let the men be men and let them have their space, their sacred space.
Exactly.
Because I'm big on having a sacred space and place for women to talk. Men need that same love. They need that. They need that to thrive. They're
Yeah.
just surviving right now. Black
Yeah.
men are surviving. They are not thriving. It's
So
a difference, people.
very much a big difference. And just to go back to what you say in regards of us allowing them and giving them their sacred space and allowing them to vent. Um, I remember being on a particular person, I think off the top media live, and saw one of the gentlemen that was up there, which he was irritating to me, but something, one thing that he did say did catch, me, and also what Ty and Noah and Butter was saying too was they don't, and shout out to them, appreciate you, the Kings, love you guys. But just in regards to what they were saying is that women will end up calling them weak in regards of them showing their emotions or because they got emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so confused with this, and I have to go in on my women because And I know it's not every woman. So if it doesn't fly to you, let it fly. Um, we cannot say that we want and we desire a man that's tapped into his emotions and that also want him to acknowledge our emotions. Like the only silver spoon in the platter or the drawer. We have to also know that when you sit there and you have have a man that is emotional intelligent and he's trusting you, he's comfortable enough in front of you to cry or show or tell or end up being vulnerable, you cannot, and I'm gonna say it again, you cannot disrespect these men or these young men and now tell them they weak because they crying or they weak because they vulnerable in front of you, that they end up now trusting you to do that. Because it takes men a lot of time to trust someone to end up becoming in that state of mind. Or even letting their guard down, or even becoming vulnerable and very emotional and express their emotional feelings, or either just to cry and shed a tear. So you cannot, because what you do, you traumatize them for the woman in regards if you may not be it. Because honestly, if you can't be it if you sitting there disrespecting the fact that he's trusted in you to share his emotions, share his vulnerability, and to cry in front of you because he feel comfort, he feel that you a safe space with you. But then you call him weak. You cannot do that. And we cannot say as women that we want men that's going to be emotionally intelligent, that is vulnerable, that tap into their emotions, and then end up sitting there disrespecting it. So it's like either you want that or you don't want that. You can't say what you want that, and then when you receive it, then you try to disrespect it and now shut this man out and down and sit there and traumatize this man for the next woman who is going to be acceptive and receives and respectful to his emotions and his vulnerability. So we got to check our fucking selves and realize if you're not ready for that, step off. Don't even sit there and even touch none of the men
Don't touch him.
who is emotional. Because me being a boy mom and have a 20-year-old son that is emotionally fucking intelligent about his emotions and know how to express himself communicatively, as well as have no problem to cry in front of people he trusts and I created this sacred space for him to know who he can be able to actually vent to if he need to. If any of you bitches come from my or any of the men in my family, it will be a serious volatile issue.
But
we gotta stop. We gotta stop.
You hit a lot of things. My thing is that honestly, it's because the woman is not emotionally intelligent. She doesn't know what emotional intelligence is. She's never seen it. So she doesn't know when a man is equipped with emotional intelligence. So honestly, another thing that I do tell women who are sign up for my stuff is we gonna read together. And I read with them, I pick a certain book with them, and we go through that during our course of our the one-on-ones, is because I need you to understand that there's more to life than just saying things. Like, what are you feeding yourself? That's part of your mindset. What are you feeding yourself? Are you just feeding yourself negativity all day? Are you being an inner critic? Are you literally feeding yourself garbage, YouTube, fucking Real Housewives of Atlanta? I don't know what else the fuck these bitches be watching, but I'm just saying. You understand what I'm saying? What is it that y'all is out here watching that, and yet you have this program, this perception of what a good relationship is what the fuck you watching on television?
Watching fucking reality TV.
Exactly.
These basketball wives thinking that this is the fucking life of a legend, of a star, of a woman. Broken.
All these women are the most low grade. They're the most low graded women I've ever seen in my history. I'm 34 years old. I'm 34 years old, and it took me a long time to get to the level where I'm at right now. And when I speak facts. And when I speak from experience. And I I used to love, when I was in my 20s, I used to love me some Real Housewives of Atlanta because that's what I was going to be. But slowly but surely, I was like, this is some fucking garbage. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're depicting me. This is what a black woman is supposed to do. We're supposed to be loud. We're supposed to be obnoxious. We're supposed to be fighting each other, pulling each other, gossiping, and then smiling in your face. We don't always do that. And so when men see this type of depiction on television, I'm staying away from her. These bitches is fucking toxic. You understand what I'm saying? And that's another thing. How are you presenting yourself? Just to, go back into our topic, how do you present yourself? How are you showing up? You understand? If you showing up all ass backwards, then you gonna get you some ass backwards ass niggas. Your whole lineup is gonna be backwards. You understand what I'm saying? How are you showing up? How do you appear? What is it that you're doing? Because I know for me, as a woman who has a mindset of a queen, I'm always conscious about the way I speak, because successful women speak differently.
Yes.
I've always was taught that. So if you want to attract certain individuals, not just men, but certain individuals, you must speak and look a certain way. What you are is what you will attract.
Amen.
And if you are ready to change that about yourself, then you're going to have to work damn hard. But if you show up a hot ass mess every time, you going to get hot ass mess.
Exactly.
Stop showing up one way and expecting some different kind of outcome. I tell people all the time, the same old results, the same old behaviors is going to get you the same old results. You make it make sense. Make it make sense. You want A, B, and C, but you showing up with this mindset, and you want this result. It don't mix. It don't mix. It don't go together.
They think they could end up changing it. And so we got wake up better say women be so broken they won't understand that when a man opens his emotions to you, that's a good sign. Then he continued on saying women and men need to understand that emotions are a deep part of love. Absolutely.
Absolutely, sir. I do agree with that. Emotions are a deep part of love. And Queen's mentality and Let Me Fix My Crown. We big on self-love. You understand what I'm saying? We big on self-love over there. You'll hear me talk about self-love all the time. Why? Because if you don't love yourself, how you expecting other people to love you? And
Amen.
Self-love ain't about buying yourself the newest stuff. Your self-love ain't about all that. Self-love is legit you being able to love on yourself. And being able to look yourself. I know women who can't look themselves in the mirror, look at themselves in the mirror and say, I love you. I appreciate you. You have worth. You are enough. Simple stuff like that. You're not able to say. You have to fix that. You have things that you need to work on. If you can't look yourself in the mirror, or you can't look yourself in the mirror without a filter, ooh, baby, you got problems. You got problems. But one thing that I want to say, and this is about my mans and them, is that them too, they gotta date themselves, get to know themselves, and actually know what it is that they want. I had something else in mind, but there's so many things going. I lost that train of thought, but I definitely do agree with what you said about them. Why am I keep getting this? Oh Lord, people keep popping up. Yeah, I'm in the live. People saying, what's going on?
I'm getting the same thing.
Yeah, so I mean, I really just believe that prior to your relationship, I think that there's some soul searching that you must do during your relationships. I think that you should not have unrealistic expectations and be able to communicate, as well as, allow your partner, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whosoever, to be able to come to you with any and everything. And even if that relationship does not work, you go back to the drawing board and you manifest the relationship that you want. However, make sure that you're putting in the work to get that relationship. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything that glitters ain't gold. So you make sure you invest. Interview your prospective partners in life. You make sure you interview them. It's nothing wrong with interviewing a couple of folks.
No, it's definitely not wrong with doing that at all. You
Mm-hmm.
can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, hon.
Yeah, so that's definitely not nothing wrong with that. But a lot of people feel like, you know what I'm saying, they supposed to just receive and get what they, they have. But that's not the case.
No,
It's like, as I tell people, that even dating is only, see, a lot of people don't know what dating really is. And
certainly.
dating is basically you just collecting data
Mm-hmm.
to end up collecting the data and information from the individuals that you see fit, that connects as close of what it is that you stand for, what it is that you want, that it is that connects to your standards and stuff like that. And if it doesn't work, it's okay to say peace. Like, we tried, we okay, we try to make it, we try to do it, but ain't work, have a good life. It's okay to let people.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. You don't
Mm-hmm.
hold on to it like, okay, like, just like we say with the red flags. I see that red flag, but I'm going to ignore it. Like, we, like
We
gotta
good
stop.
for that one.
We gotta stop doing that. So if you see a red flag, is a red is a, listen. A thing is a thing. You can't change it. And if
Yeah.
you do not will, if that's not part of your stand, it's part of something that you basically stand for, something that you're not willing to accept. Don't think that you're gonna change it. Stand your ground, stand in your standards, but also, as my queen sisters say, don't set your expectations so high to the fact that you're not matching what you're looking for. So, like I said, men and women, we just got to get our shit together. We just really do.
We do.
We
We
just have
do.
we have to make sure that we have our mindsets prior to going into a relationship. We need to know in the fact of what it is and call it out during a relationship. And after a relationship, we need to just realize that sometimes we just need to heal, take time for ourselves. And also, before to even put the three elements of the three keys together, we just also just need to know in regards just to sit there and just to love yourself before you expect someone to love you, because as how you expect them to love you, how you want to be loved, because you don't even know how to love your damn self. So
Yeah.
that's one. Or how you expect to love if somebody love you if you don't know how to love yourself. So it's a whole thing, and I just always just tell people it's okay to take time, trust the process, love on yourself, and the mirror thing you said too. I
Mm-hmm.
love that mirror. I am like a full mirror girl. I'm telling you, like, even my therapist told me to do this, and I've been doing this
Mm-hmm.
time, and that's how I embrace my femininity and my womanhood and myself. Because
Mm-hmm.
self-love, self-evaluate, so you have to self-encourage, self-motivate, do that self-care. And it's just not sitting there, like she said, getting your nails done, your hair done. And that's cute too. You can't do that. But after you work on the inside, like pouring yourself with the affirmations, meditate, pray, to look in the mirror and pour in some self-motivation and some self-love and courage into yourself. And do that every day until you know that you could believe that shit, and you walking around this house and you saying it because it now becomes a part of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I agree with that, Q. I agree with that 125%. One thing that I would want to leave with our audience tonight is definitely going to be um, before, after, or during your relationships, make sure that you are in tune with every part of yourself as well as your partner. But also do yourself a favor and read about different types of relationships, different types of relationship problems. Listen to relationship podcasts or watch a relationship coach or someone who's vet them. Um, vet these people out here, y'all. But definitely watch some relationship coaches and see if that relationship coach is a coach that you can relate with, or you think that they can help you, and look to see if you may need that. You
Yeah.
understand? Because certain people work on certain aspects of relationships. No one relationship coach can heal all of the problems that come inside a relationship. I just want to let y'all know that I am not a relationship coach, so do not hit me up for relationship stuff. I'm a mindset and empowerment coach, and you heard me speak a lot about how to change your mindset tonight. All right. But I listen to a lot of people. I listen to financial podcasts. I listen to relationship podcasts. I listen to a lot of business podcasting to elevate my mindset because of my business, but also because I like to learn different things. So during your breaks, prior and after your relationships, make sure that you're reading, make sure that you're reaching out to people, make sure that you're listening to podcasts. I've said it before and I'll say it again. What are you feeding yourself? Make sure that you understand what being submissive is in a relationship. Make sure that you understand what vulnerability is. Make sure that you learn how to do both of those things before you go into a relationship. Make sure that the person that you choose either A, knows how to submit, or B, is protecting, providing, and also he's leading. You understand what I'm saying? He or she, nope, he or she, yeah, is leading. And I say that with all the genuineness in my little bitty heart because a lot of us do not know the basic things. And you said it about self-love. A lot of people do not understand the principles of self. And that's something
Yeah.
else that I teach my clients. You don't understand self-worth. You don't understand self-determination. You don't understand self-preservation. There's keys to these things. There's a ton, there's about 7 to 12 principles of self that we forget. We
Yeah.
focus on self-care. We focus on self-love. We lack self-worth. We lack the self-worth aspect, but we think that if we do one, everything else will fall in line. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And those are key elements. And I can give Q a list of what the principles of self are. She can post it up
Exactly.
for her things. And another thing that I wanted to say is in reference to evaluating your emotional state. I have a worksheet, and is you just jot down stuff, but it's emotional, mental, and yet spiritual, or emotional, mental, and physically, and you just jot down how you feel in that moment. I feel emotionally, I feel spent. Mentally, I feel drained. Physically, I feel tired. And understanding, and I give all of my clients a feelings wheel. And
Gotcha.
like we spoke about, feel your feelings, understand your feelings, understand what these means to you in your current situation. A lot of people say that they're angry. Okay, but let's look at our feelings wheel. Which one of these feelings align with how you feel right now? You're angry, but what is a sub emotion that you are feeling? You understand what I'm saying? And you go down the list and you evaluate that. Why are you feeling like that? Journaling is important in relationships. Journal about how you feel. Journal. You and your mate should have flipping journals.
Yeah.
I talk shit about my man all the time in my journal.
Listen, I'm a strong believer in writing. Like me, writing, it helps me just relieve and take vomit out of everything that's in me. So I
Mm-hmm.
carry it. So I definitely agree 1000% on that. You
Yeah.
know, whew, yeah. I have a lot of shit written down about people.
Oh man, Q, this was awesome, dude.
This was amazing. I am so glad you was able to come on just to spit and give your knowledge and let the people know that I rock with boss chicks out here. Listen, and
Facts, facts.
they listen. We match each other's fly.
You already know. You already know. You already know. I was coming through. I was going to come through. Oh, and one thing, guys, I'm going to tell you this. I was coming through because I wanted everybody with our topic, and we was going to segue. It looked like we was on here for a long time, so we ain't going to waste no more time. But if y'all have never read, what is this, the 5 love languages, go cop that, right? And understand your love language. And also, there's a test that you can take. You take that test and you learn your love language, and then have your mate take that test and learn their love language. And you guys sit down and y'all converse about the love languages. My love language was act of services was my highest. So I would prefer someone, before they buy me a gift, help me do something around the house. That's how that goes. So I want to tell y'all all to go pick up that book, 5 Love Languages. It's a great book. I read it. I had to read it in my undergrad. So this is how I'm telling you, it's such a dope book. To this day, it sits on my bookshelf. And I recently retook the exam just to see where I was at. And I was still at acts of service. But I think that something else was higher, but the gifts were still lower. I don't care too much about gifts. I don't care what you buy me. I just need you here, your presence. Words of affirmation was important. That was the second highest one. Words of affirmation.
It's so crazy that you said that, because I have this king that I'm speaking to. I don't like to speak on it. It's nobody's business. He actually shared with me with his, and it's so and it's so funny because acts of service and also words of affirmation was very high, as well as affection.
Like personal touching and stuff, right? Yeah.
It's low, but we talked about that. But I have to do mine so I can give him mine, because my thing is that's very a great way of just knowing a person, even if you're starting out, because that's that plays a part in basically getting to know who you're talking to. In the stage of I'm getting to know this person.
Yeah.
Steady have to play the guessing game, or woulda, shoulda, coulda, or do he like this? Do she like this? Like, you would know straight from the big jump. And communication is very, very key element to the fact that we even in this moment creating our own love language. I swear, but
yo, it's good.
Yeah, but listen, she's definitely right. So I'm definitely I agree 1,000% on that. So guys, I'm telling you, play it smart, do it right. Take care of yourself. Before you put yourself out there to want someone to be attracted to you, you gotta make sure you, like I say, have your shit together, your insides. Your insides actually will speak and come and lighten, and the light will shine from the inside out. Trust and believe. You ain't gotta worry about the outside. But when that inside is glowing, and that inside is amazing, the outside will do the effects of what you're doing. So listen,
amen.
So much of amazing, sis. Like I said, I do appreciate. Tell the people where they can find you. Tell the people also what you have coming up, and then they want your services. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, guys. So in the beginning, I introduced myself. So if you missed it and you jumped in late, my name is Regina. I'm also known as Coach G in the Instagram streets. I am the host of the Let Me Fix My Crown podcast. We do have a Instagram page. It's at LMFMC podcast on Instagram and Facebook. Both of those. And also on YouTube. You can find me also on my other Instagram page, which is _Queens Mentality _coaching. That is where you can hit me up for all the coaching businesses. If you have a question for Coach G, you can email me at queensmentality1@gmail.com and put in the subject line, Ask Coach G. And if you want to be anonymous when I do Honesty Hour on the Queens Mentality page or in my self-love group, just put that right in there. I also host a weekly and bi-weekly self-love group. It's called the Self-Love Corner on Facebook. So if you're interested in that, you can head over there. And I do my live podcast every other week on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook at LMFMC Podcast on Facebook. So those are all the places you can find Coach G. If you need me, just link me, DM me, ask me all the questions, get all in my business, because I know you are. at LMFMC podcast on Instagram.
You know, they come, know they come. But
Yeah, it's cool.
listen, also before we actually get out of here, I do want to thank everybody who stayed for coming through, who jumped out, and I also want to appreciate those who will be coming and viewing this later. And then also I want to give a shout out to the person who created my T-shirt, Black Owned Business. Listen,
Let's see what it is.
it is.
Ooh.
Let me get it out.
Yes, just. Oh yes, yes.
So this definitely comes from a Black-owned business called So Chic Val Co. Is on Instagram. I am following them, so just go to my followers. You could definitely follow, find them out.
Send me
Also,
their profile.
yes, I would definitely do that. I'm gonna tag them in this caption as well because I love to do my black. I have a second Black-owned business. Shout out, as you guys probably realize, why face is not made up tonight. Oh my God, what's going on? So basically, listen, you guys know I'm 100% not only into mental health, but I'm definitely a strong believer in health, physical, spiritual, and mental. So my physical meaning that I love self-care. I'm 100%. So my skin. I went to a place that's called Impression Body Solutions, and believe it's in Newark, New Jersey. In Newark, New Jersey, I had got a dermoplaning facial and skincare. So, of course, it's a process of the stage. It's almost kind of like chemical peeling, but just, small size scale of it. So that's the reason why I don't have on makeup. That's why I'm not beat. But listen, you see that natural glow though, right?
It looks good. It looks good, sis.
Yes. So make sure you guys definitely go hit her up again. Impression Body Solutions in Newark, New Jersey. She's amazing. She do contouring, she do waxing, she do massages, stretching. She do everything. She's like a one-stop shop of it all. And I'm telling you, you go and you actually heard me promote her on my show. Just let her know Pillow Talk with the T. Qua from Pillow Talk with the T has sent you, or either say Qua meet ya, because since people don't know how to say it,
I don't know.
She definitely will hit you, definitely know who sent you. And listen, it's amazing. So I'm just only think like 6 days in. It goes through stages, but trust me, that reward afterwards, baby. And it even makes your makeup go on even flawless. Yes, even smoother. You don't even need as much. So definitely this reason why your girl is not beat. I probably just a little beat tomorrow night because coming on here, we do have an amazing show, and I want everybody to come to the building. And I definitely want all the women. I'm calling out.
I'm gonna be there.
My ladies, all I don't care where you at in the world. I need you all to come in the building, come through, because tomorrow night it is called for the topic, ladies, fix your crown. I am going in. I'm letting you know that. I'm giving you a aggressive punch. I'm giving you the Monique tap tap. So trust and believe, I'm coming hard. And I have my amazing collaboration, Rosario from Rated Raw Podcast, as well as one of my family members, my cousin, Ty. Her name is Takrisha. She have a health and wellness business, and also another one of my soul sisters and queen sisters, Kiana. She have a health and wellness business as well. We are all four coming through, and we are giving you our opinion, our experience, tapping you on your shoulders, and we keeping it real, raw, and straight to the core. Listen, tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here at Pillow Talk with the T. And if you know any sisters that needs to hear this message, send them that live. Let them know. But guys, have a good and amazing night. I end up seeing you guys. And I do appreciate you guys from tuning in. And don't forget, if no one told you that they love you, know that I love you. And remember, you are not who you were yesterday, of who you are today. Have an amazing and blessed night.
Amen. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Yes. Mwah.
Mwah.